Good morning, everyone. It is Nikki Torres in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. It is Wednesday, July 29th. I'm in for Mark Peterson this morning. A couple changes to the forecast that we've seen over the past few days. It's a little bit different than what we saw from earlier this work week, so we can start with the watches and warnings. We do now have an excessive heat warning. That is the pink stripe right down the middle of your screen right there. The reason for that, we are expecting conditions to be right around the low 100s for these cities that are under those areas. So we're talking about Moses Lake, Omak, as well as Lewiston and Tri-Cities. Tri-Cities could see about 109 tomorrow, and Moses Lake 108. That heat advisory had changed to that one as well. That one started on Monday at noon, and instead of expiring on Thursday, it's going until Friday now. And the reason for that one, it's a little bit warmer than initially forecasted for. So this Friday, instead of the upper 90s, we are still expecting low 100s. So it'll be low 100s for Thursday and Friday. So that is why the heat advisory has been extended. Take a look at your high temperatures for today. We are expecting upper 90s today in Spokane, 97, 94 over in Coeur d'Alene, so just cooler by a few degrees, 96 in Deer Park. Warmest areas, very similar to how we've been seeing it over the past few days, 101 for Omak, Moses Lake, and Lewiston. They are going to be at 102. Your high temperatures for tomorrow, this is when it really starts heating up. This is when all of the watches and warnings are going to start popping up. 108 for Moses Lake for tomorrow and 107 in Omak. Here in Spokane, it should be 102 and maybe 103 depending on where you are by a degree. So we are looking at 99 degrees over in Coeur d'Alene. They may not hit triple digits for tomorrow in North Idaho, but they will get very, very, very close. 101 in Pullman, and then your day planner for today. It's going to be low 70s by the time you head out the door. And before you head out the door, speaking of, go ahead and grab the sunglasses, grab your mask, grab sunscreen, and a bottle of water. You really want to stay hydrated for today, as well as to end off this work week when we are going to see temperatures in the triple digits. It is going to be very warm. Do not be surprised when you walk outside for even just a few minutes and you start breaking a sweat. And if you want to, it's about 7 in the morning right now. If you want to do any yard work or any physical activity outside, if you need to go for a run, a workout, go now. And if you miss this morning, I would wait until this evening so that you miss the hottest part of the day. Typically, the hottest part of the day is right around 3, 4 o'clock, and then it starts kind of decreasing right around 5 into the evening. So it's a better bet there. Do all of your physical activity early in the morning or late at night. That's kind of the rule when it comes to summer. Otherwise, you're going to run in 97 degrees for today. It's a little bit warm, but some people like that. So you do you. 102 for tomorrow, 101 on Friday. Again, we are going to be in the upper 90s for today, so not quite to the triple digits. We are going to get very close, very similar to yesterday, and actually the conditions for today are very similar to yesterday as well. We are going to see a little bit of some cloud cover out there for this morning, and then a lot of that will burn off throughout the afternoon, and then we should see upper 90s in the forecast. You can see right here on the satellite radar loop. I'll pull it up. We do have some energy that's happening, and it's happening from south to north, and that's going from kind of the northern Oregon area headed northeast. It's kind of coming up like this. I remember doing that from yesterday as well, so it's a very similar trend. But a lot of that should burn off by the afternoon. If you see some cloud cover out there, should see some blue skies by later on when it's going to be 97 degrees. Planning forecast, 97 for today, 102, 101, and then starts the decline in our temperatures, if you can call it a quote-unquote cool down. Low 90s for Saturday and Sunday, and then we start seeing some 80s for next work week. Actually, the average high temperature this time of year in Spokane, it's 86 degrees, so that 85 that you see next Tuesday, that would be pretty close to average. And another note on temperatures, we are very near record-breaking temperatures over the next few days for many cities across the region. For example, for today in Spokane, the record high temperature for today in Spokane is 100 degrees, which was set back in just 2014, and it's very similar to the next few days as well. We're going to get very close. We may even break a few records depending on just how hot it gets exactly for some of these cities. All in all, just remember some heat safety. Again, stay hydrated, wear sunscreen, check in on one another, especially if you have elderly neighbors. Not everyone has air conditioning. Maybe you have an electric fan that you can loan them or provide some water or anything like that, especially for your pets. if you can, bring them to a shaded area or bring them in to the garage or somewhere that they can get a little bit cooler throughout the afternoon, because you really want to get them out of the sun during the hottest part of the afternoon, especially going on walks. Those of you who walk your dogs and your cats maybe, opt for a trail rather than the pavement. The pavement is going to be very hot for today. So again, goes back to if you want it to be a little bit cooler, go during the morning, go during the evening. And then also on top of that, please also to remember to never leave any kids or pets in the car for any amount of time for today. It heats up so quickly in the car, especially with temperatures like this. So please just keep that in mind, as well as making sure that we are all being fire safe when you have lower humidities, which you do right now, as well as a little bit of a breeze. It's not as breezy as it was from yesterday, but still, when you have dry conditions and hot conditions like this, if something were to spark, it spreads very quickly. So we all have to do our part in keeping each other safe throughout the community and preventing a wildfire. That is all that I have for your morning web weather forecast. I will be back in just a few hours to give you your midday web weather forecast to talk about more on what we're expecting over the next few days into the weekend, as well as how we are going to end off this Wednesday. All right, I'll see you then.